According to the Grenada Cultural Foundation, Salaka and Saraka are both African-derived words used to describe the same form of Thanksgiving in villages across Grenada and Carriacou as part of African-derived ritual practices. The first Saraka or Salaka for the year was hosted by the village of La Poterie in St. Andrew. CEO of Grenada Cultural Foundation, Livingston Nelson, explains that Salaka came from the Igbo or Yoruba tribes of Nigeria through the transatlantic slave trade.
In this part of the country, the northern part, we celebrate it as a form of giving alms, thanksgiving. Yeah, so this tradition has remained with us. It was a time to say thanks to the God for a bountiful harvest, and it was an expression that we wanted more in the next year. So it was not just for last year, but an intention that we have a pact with our ancestors, with the spirit, with our deities, that next year would be as good.
Documented history by the Cultural Foundation hints to Salaka or Saraka practices being heavily influenced or directly created by Africans post-slavery.
That was demonstrated mainly by the children eating on the leaves. So the first thing we did was to cook and give the community, but give the children. And then later on, the adults end up eating. But it was a time to give thanks and praises.
Nelson notes that communities such as Riversally, La Poterie, and Carrière still celebrates this tradition, with it being spread to the northern part of Grenada. He clarifies that Salaka and Saraka are interrelated, thus used interchangeably.
One came from the Muslim, one was mainly African, but they meant the same thing, giving thanks. So in the southern part of Grenada, you'll find the word used Saraka, or in Carriacou, Saraka, in this part of the world, and in Trinidad, Tobago, we use the word Salaka. So it is not bad to use Saraka, but because you are in the northern part of the island, just to show respect to our elders, we use the word Salaka.
The Grenada Cultural Foundation CEO says there are 3 types of Salaka normally observed and celebrated.
The first one it carried mainly to the Baptist people, where they used to have sacrifice with the animals, etc., and then they would feed the people. The second type of Salaka is when people used to get dream, and they would come to feed. They would have a collection. So one person might get a dream, they would invite the other neighbors to come, and then they would celebrate same way, give thanksgiving, in a way to cleanse the spirit, right? And then the third type is like what we have right now, where La Poterie, a whole group of people from different families would come and cook together and bring the food in the pasture and have a celebration.
The foundation has noted that these traditional legacies are more Nigerian-based on Yoruba-derived religious beliefs, such as Shango, because of the later arrival of indentured Africans after slavery ended. I am Gerard Joseph reporting.